It's time for the 5-Minute Brand. Quick and dirty tips for creating a killer personal brand. This is not about logos and designs. This is about telling your story in a way that captures the attention of the people who are already looking for you. This is branding from the inside out. Here's your host, Robin Sales.
So far, I've talked a lot about the visual and verbal elements of your brand, copy, messaging, story, but your brand can also and should also be applied to conversations and in-person interactions. One of the most impactful but often overlooked ways to reinforce your brand is to set expectations. Think about every touch point and conversation that's embedded in your process. Where can you apply your brand and set expectations to decrease friction for your client, but also ensure that your client has a pleasant experience that's in alignment with your brand and your brand story? One of my favorite examples of this is sometimes when you order something from a small business, the way in which they customize the emails that tell you that your order has been received or your order has been shipped. I don't know about you, but I get a huge kick out of seeing emails that are like, our elves are currently packing up your product with the utmost care and will send it off on the wings of angels to land at your doorstep. They could just send an email that says, we're packing it in the warehouse and you'll get an email when we ship it. But instead, they're taking time to customize the email and have some fun with it and create a moment of surprise and delight for me, the customer. And I truly appreciate that. Not everybody does. Again, this is where understanding your customer and your target audience becomes really important, because if you're customizing and crafting things and setting expectations that go against what your ideal client wants, then that's going to hurt you in the long run. There's a million examples out there. Just make sure it is in alignment with your process. It's in alignment with your story, but it ultimately lets your clients know where they're at and what's going to happen next. One of the fun things that I get to work on every now and then is writing copy for apps and websites that drive a customer through a process. We call it user experience or UX. So anytime I'm writing copy that's specifically for UX, one of the things that has been drilled into me and I drill into others is a button that you want people to click should be super clear about what's going to happen when they click the button. For example, I used to have a button on my website for my main company, Launching Your Success, and it's a space theme. And I thought it was real cute to have a button that said launch a call because it's launching your success. Get it? Okay. Yeah. Well, a lot of people didn't. Nobody pushed the freaking button because they thought that it was going to immediately take them into a live call. They didn't realize it was going to just send them to a form where they could schedule or request a call. So sometimes you have to sacrifice cleverness for clarity. The button that said launch a call became a button that said schedule a call. And then people went, oh, phew. Because they were prepared to be in a call immediately. They were prepared to schedule for a time when they were ready. What are the things that people always ask questions about? Where are the sticky points where people get confused in your process? And how can you set the expectations and give them the answers for that ahead of time? How do you answer the question before they ask it? Right? That's a great way and a great opportunity to build and reinforce your brand. If you have rules and parameters, you can disclose those rules and parameters in a way that's in alignment with your brand personality and your brand story. They don't have to be formal. You can have some fun with it. If you want somebody to click on something, if you want them to take an action, you need to be very clear about what's going to happen after they take that action. You can also do this in interpersonal, especially if your job is coaching or facilitation or something where you are going to be in sort of face-to-face direct communication with somebody. Let them know this is how I work best. This is what you can expect from me. And if it's a one-on-one scenario, you may want to create an opportunity for them to tell you how they work best. You can create killer marketing and have a great visual design and write great copy. But if people don't know what's going to happen after they push the button, they're not going to push the button. So make sure that you're keeping those expectations in mind when you're crafting that customer journey on behalf of your brand. Here's what you can do right now. I want you to write down 3 to 5 places where you think you have an opportunity to reinforce your brand and set better expectations for your clients.
Please hold for a very important message.
The 5-Minute Brand is brought to you by Launching Your Success, not your average training because you're not average. Check out our innovative personal branding programs at launchingyoursuccess.com/brand. Notes from this episode and more can be found at 5minutebrand.com.